Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are joining us for the first time today, thank you. And for those of you who are returning, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so before we get into the video, two things. I'm trying out some new lighting with my lamps. It's not really new because it's like the third video I've done with the lighting, but they're not the greatest. They're just regular lamps. I'm hoping that I can get some umbrella lights off of Amazon soon, but until now there's lots of shadows like on my face and stuff, so just deal with it. Number two, I tried my cream contour. If you saw my haul video, you know that I talked about wanting to cream contour, and I feel like there's a weird line on my face, and I tried blending it out, and I tried, and I feel like there's a weird line here too. So if you're looking at this video and you're like, she looks weird, it's because I tried something new and I'm not sure how it turned out. So just bear with me. For this video, I thought I would sit down with you guys and talk about different ways that I have found that help me deal with my depression and anxiety. Now, first, as a disclaimer, I am not a medical professional. I have just been dealing with depression and anxiety for a long time. So these are just certain things that I've found that help me. Now, I also want to, in the interest of full disclosure, you know, be honest about the fact that I do take antidepressants, and that also helps a ton. I don't want to promote taking antidepressants because even though it helped me, it should be a decision that's between you and your healthcare professional and nobody else. There were some side effects that I'm not a huge fan of, but the antidepressants have helped me a lot. But aside from that, these are the 5 things that help me deal with, manage, cope with my depression on a daily basis. First, I have found that the biggest thing that helps me deal with my depression and to not make it worse is to eat healthy. I try and eat lots of vegetables. I try and eat lots of fruits, you know, lean protein. I don't follow a specific diet. I try and go by, you know, what the daily recommended serving size and things. So I really listen to my body, and if I eat something and it doesn't make me feel good, I'm like, I gotta stop doing that. If I want to indulge, I let myself, but I know that, you know, those things affect me. So I do try very hard to stay away from all of that, all of those bad things. I even made a list about all the things, all the ways that they, you know, badly affect me, and depression was at the top of that list. So eating healthy helps my depression. I have found that it is so effective in helping manage it. You know, eating bad also makes it worse. That is one of my biggest things. The second thing that I have found that helps my depression is exercising. And I know that people say that a lot. I'm not talking about like going out and jogging for an hour. I'm just talking about like getting outside and moving your body. Take 10 minutes and do some stretches, walk around the block. I mean, I started walking at my work, and I work in an office, so it's just, you know, a smaller space, but I'll just take laps around the office, like, you know, 4 or 5, 10, I don't know how many. I just get up and walk around every so often, and just moving helps, you know, so much with the blood flow and concentration. It gives me a break. But I also can tell the difference between sitting all day long constantly versus when I get up every so often and walk around. And at first, you know, people looked at me like I was weird. Not really weird, because I let them know what I was doing. At first, they were just like, what is she doing? Just walking in circles around the office. Well, I was telling them, you know, I'm really trying to go on this path towards health, and part of that is just getting up and walking around and being active for, you know, 5 minutes every hour or so. So that is one of the biggest things. I try and take half my lunch and I walk around the block. I have a Garmin, so it's kind of like poof, there he is. So my mom bought me a Garmin Vivo Fit for my birthday, and it is an activity tracker. So it's really helped me, you know, set a goal to, you know, hey, let's get 10,000 steps, because just being more active has helped lessen my depression, and it's really helped me be able to manage it and cope with it better than sitting all day and not doing anything at work. Because I work in an office, I sit at a desk, you know, I don't do anything physically. I do stuff, other stuff. The third thing I have found that helps me with my depression is taking some time to myself, whether it's painting my nails or, you know, doing a face mask for 15 minutes, taking a nap, coloring, you know, whatever I want to do. Knit, I mean, scrapbook, I make jewelry, lots of different things. But whatever I do, it helps me to calm down and relax and just have some time to think about, you know, my day and my kids, and just, you know, it gives me time to unwind. And when you're struggling with depression, sometimes it's hard to just relax, because you constantly have this need to have this mask on that's like, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm really not struggling, I'm really fine, I'm really okay. And sometimes you just need to be by yourself so that you can just feel what you're going to feel. And if you cry, you cry. And if you don't, you get mad, punch your pillow. I don't know. I mean, let those emotions out. That's my way to relax. I take some time to myself. And my husband is so wonderful about letting me take time to myself, especially when I get home from work, to unwind, to, you know, wash my face off. And that's the first thing I do when I get home. Wash my face off, put on my pajama dress, because that's it, I'm done for the day. So my husband is really great about that, and if that's something that you think would help you, I really strongly advise you to try and communicate with your significant other, because communication is so key when dealing with depression. You really have to let your loved one in and let them know what you're struggling with, because otherwise they're in the dark and they have no idea what's going on. So letting them know, hey, I need 5 minutes, or I need 10 minutes, I need you to take the kids, I need to go to the store by myself, whatever. Communicate. Just take time to yourself. You are important. Sometimes you just need alone time. For all of you moms out there, you know, because your kids are driving you crazy, and you're like, I'm gonna rip my hair out. You just need a second. All of you moms know how I feel. You know. The fourth thing that I find helps me cope with my depression is journaling. I like to write a lot, and I don't really do it in a way that's like, hey, dear diary, I feel sad today. I do it in a way that it's like I'm talking about someone else, because if I'm talking about somebody else, it's easier for me to open up and get out how I feel, rather than talk about myself. Then I just feel selfish and, you know, silly and things like that. This is my journal. And it's so cute. But that's how I write in my journals, and that's how I learn to let all my feelings out. And so when I express all of that, it's like this tiny weight is lifted off my shoulders and off my heart. It just feels like I'm able to move on a little bit, and it's not so weighing on me so much. And if I'm able to write it out in a way that, you know, gets it out, you know, sometimes I have my husband just read a passage, because then, you know, I can't explain it in words talking to him, and there's misunderstandings. But hey, if I can write out all I'm feeling and then have you read it, maybe he'll understand. So journaling has helped me be able to manage my depression. It helps get my feelings out. It helps me lift me out of those dark places, and, you know, it's fun. Plus you get to pick like cute. I think I have an obsession with journals too, because these are 2 of them, and I think I have at least 5 or 6 more. But I love to journal. Love it. The 5th and final thing that helps me deal with my depression is to love myself. I proactively, every day, love myself. positively, whether it's, whether or not I feel stupid that day, or like I'm being a bad mom or a bad wife or all these things, terrible student, however I feel that day, I have made the active commitment to love myself. My body, my mind, who I am, I have made that commitment to love myself. What that looks like for me is taking that little bit of time to get up in the morning and put makeup on and brush my hair and pick out a cute outfit to take pride in how I look. I feel like for me, it plays a part in how I feel about myself. It started out as just little pieces. I would just love little pieces of myself, like my hands. I'm like, well, I guess they're not fat. The rest of my body's fat. That's hard to love. But my hands aren't fat. My hands are pretty, utilitarian, very universally sized hands. I can love my hands. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna love my hands. So I would treat them nice. I would put lotion on them. I would put nails. I made myself rings. It was like, I'm gonna fall in love with my hands. And people out there are like, what is she talking about? Falling in love with her hands? Yes, I fell in love with my hands because it was the first step to falling in love with the rest of myself and falling in love with my whole entire body. That is one thing that helped me with my depression, falling in love with myself. And it started out with my hands. So those were my 5 things that helped me manage, cope with my depression. Eating healthy, exercise, taking time to myself, journaling, and loving myself. Those were the things that really truly helped me manage. I really hope that the 5 bits of advice I had were helpful and you can use them in your own life, because I know that there have been times in my own life that I've felt so lost before and I had no idea where to start. This is just what worked best for me. So again, I'm not a medical professional. If you want a medical professional, go to a doctor. I really hope you enjoyed my video and probably all my crazy bloopers. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below if there's anything that helps you deal with your depression. Remember to like if you liked it, and then subscribe if you have not already. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of it. Bye.
I need water. Don't get mad at me if you... Number 2. No, don't touch it. It's recording. Don't touch it! Seriously though, don't touch. The world is not going to fall apart. I promise. These hands right here. I feel like my contour funny today. What? Can you what? I don't understand what you just said. Agree on a game? Yeah. I don't have $1 million. I don't have $1 million to go spend on nice lamps. No. Okay, so just in a ditch, don't know where I'm at. Not literally. I've never ever found myself in a ditch before. Figuratively. My children are coming in again. We won't get into that on this video. There's not enough time.